So Mark, Kristek, they're delighted with the acquisition of your machine, but in your words, why did they go for you?
Well, Kristek have been looking at a 5-axis investment for probably most of the year, but we've probably only known them for the last couple of months. They spent, the earlier part of the year looking at a single table machine with some sort of automation. But when we started talking to them, they soon got the idea and understood that to give you true unmanned 24-hour, weekends, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days running, the MAM 72 range is the perfect choice.
It's a big jump though, isn't it, Mark, from a vertical machining centre to this?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. But when you actually start to look at and understand return on investment through having 32 pallets, having 200 tools available to you, then it soon becomes a choice that you think, well actually the difference in price between the 35V and a single table machine with an add-on pallet changer, it's not that insurmountable really.
And talk about the machine itself, the design, it's a travelling C-frame, but the other things.
Well, this is the other unique part of the Matsuura. The whole MAM 72 range, in fact, they're designed from the ground up as fully automated, unmanned running, multi-tool, multi-pallet machining centres. So the 35V that Kristek have invested in is, as you say, a typical C-frame construction. It's got glass scales on X, Y and Z, plus both rotary axes. So in terms of accuracy and maintaining its tolerances throughout a large or a very large unmanned period, the machine is still very, very accurate and very, very accurate for lots of other reasons as well.
So what would you say to people that think Matsuuras are for large multinational companies? Kristek, good company, but they're certainly not a multinational.
No, not at all. And we sell the 35E, as you see here, to much smaller privately owned companies or to the big OEMs in the UK. And the real advantage that we have being able to sell to all these different customers is that it's designed around an economical batch size of 1, an N multiple from 1 upwards. So it's not just about the machine tool in terms of how the machine can give you the return on the investment. The machine really is spec'd with a certain level of software which allows you to monitor both tools and pallets. And when you start thinking about its competitors with a bolt-on type tool changer and a bolt-on type pallet changer, they don't have necessarily the same level of control over tools and pallets as we do. A good example of this may be that we run a schedule to tell the operator when the machine is actually going to finish. Now that schedule is looking at both the tools and the pallets that are available. So for argument's sake, if you had an M6 tap that was used on pallets 1, 3 and 5, and that tap broke and there was no spare available, our competitor's machine would stop. Whereas the Matsuura will look at all the tools and the pallets that are available, and it will say, right, I can't use that tool, there's no spare, so I'll lock all those pallets and I'll go and machine the next pallet available with the tools that are available. So when the guys come in the morning, the machine potentially will still running, but it also may inform the operator on a Saturday afternoon, for argument's sake, that it needs attention. It will carry on running, but it needs attention, and it gives you the option to come back, tend the machine, replace the tool, and then it will then get you through to the Saturday, the Sunday morning, the Monday morning, whenever it may be.
And lots of machine tool builders now, they're all talking about productivity.
Yep.
But Matsuura, you've been talking about this for quite some time. In fact, this isn't a new machine, is it?
Oh no. This machine, I think, if you go back through the history of the MAM range, the MAM 72 range, the early MAM 72 S1, S2, S40, those machines are approaching 25 years old. And we have customers in the UK with 25-year-old machines, exactly the same as this, that are still getting 160 hours unmanned running out of their machines a week.
So just briefly, can I ask you to conclude why someone is going to buy a MAM or Matsuura in general?
The real benefit is its fast return on investment. Yes, it's an expensive machine. Yes, it's a very, very hungry animal to feed. But if you can feed it, not necessarily in volume, but with variety, it will give you the best return on investment of any square footage you have in your factory.